the first thing we're going to look at is his delayed through. This is one of his go-to moves. So you'll notice that he makes like a slow exchange through his legs, and then he just takes off after the ball gets to his hand. Again, we'll see it here, slow, quick. You see the setup move was quick there, so there was a couple of different changes of pace. Slow, quick. Just keeping his man off balance. And now he's just, an elite shot maker there. Again, slow, quick. One more time. That ball's hanging in his left hand. Slow, quick. Just using that change of pace through his legs to blow by his defender and then create at the rim. Next is a concept that I really like. It's a high pickup and always leading with his elbows. So while we watch these clips, I'm going to freeze it a lot. Right here, you see how his elbows are forward and that ball is in line with his head essentially. So he's always picking the ball up high when there's a defender in front of him and leading with his elbows. Now, this forces the rim protector to establish the line of verticality. And then what he does is he's able to hang in the air and then adjust accordingly. Again, here, defender's in front of him, and look at the high pickup. The ball's coming up over his head, moving his defenders with his elbows. Look at that elbow going right into the defender's chest, and then he's up, hanging in the air, just adjusting that finish. Let's watch that one again. Leading with the elbows, adjust, hang, finish. Boom. Again, he shows the ball high. Elbows are going in front. That rim protector is forced to establish the line of verticality, and then he's able to adjust after the fact and get into his finish. Boom. Showing the ball high. Defender jumps to where the ball is, and then he readjusts. He does this over and over again, just constantly able to play with his elbows, play with that ball high above his head, and then adjust after the fact, whether there's contact in the air or on the ground. Let's watch that one. So he slows down, decelerates. Look how far back that ball is. Elbows are in front. And this will also lead to foul calls because by exposing his elbows, defenders are going to end up hitting his elbows and his arms instead of the basketball as they reach for it, which results in foul calls and and one opportunities. Right there, easily could have been a foul call, but again, gets to his spot. Balls up over his head, elbows in front of him, hangs, finishes with the left there. Here, look, see how LeBron jumps to where the ball is first, or at least reaches to where the ball is first, and then hanging in the air, he's able to readjust and get into that finish. Next, we're going to look at subtle change of speeds and hezzies. We saw it a little bit with his delayed through, but he's also really good at doing this, just keeping it in one hand. So here, super subtle. It's on this inside step, slow, quick. Just a small little pause as his eyes go in, and then he explodes back to his right. Same thing here off that inside step, slow, quick. He doesn't skip, doesn't lift. He just delays a little bit before exploding through and changing speed. Right there is a little bit more noticeable. And it almost seems like an in and out, but that ball is staying on one side of his body, just changing speed subtly. Now he has this like heavy step where he pauses on that inside foot after it comes through. So watch the right foot here. He delays and then he takes off. So watch this. Full speed, slow, quick. Little heavy step, inside foot, hezzy. Pause, push. Again, same thing. Pause on that right foot. And then explode it to his left. Got it one more time here. Pause, push. Actually, that one It was almost like a trigger step, so he did pause on that first dribble step, but right from here, he skipped a little bit and then paused on that right foot and then was able to kind of push that left foot back. It's like a little trigger step hezzy. This was super tough. Next, we're going to look at Veers. He's really good at closing the gap, creating strong angles to the basket. Boom. Look at this last dribble that he takes. So he's going to his right, and then he veers back in, closes that gap. Look at his body angle. Just leaning to his left, closing that gap of space, getting into his defender, trying to cut him off, getting in front. Same thing here. So he's tall, and then he just dives down with his left shoulder, establishes that contact, able to get in front that time for the finish. That last dribble, diving into his man, changing angles, really veering in, and then finishing after contact. So that was actually a nice job recovering by Trayce, but because he established that contact, look where Trayce is, so then he just decelerated, paused a little bit, and then went up again, leading with his elbows forward. High pickup into that finish. Again, veering in, always closing the gap, forcing defenders to play with physicality without fouling. Diving back in. And here I really like this one because we talked about his elbows being in front of him on the finish. But look how he moves his defender with his elbow right there. He gets his arms in front, comes back with his elbow, forcing that defender backwards into that finish. Let's look at one before that too. Boom, just moving Trayce with his elbows. Look at that extension with that right elbow right there. Boom, moving his defender with his elbows. So not only is he really strong at coming in with his shoulder, he's also good at continuing to play with his elbows, moving his defender to create advantages at the rim.